Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle BuhDihKuh Arneson. This is the commentary and full first preview of the album Welcome to the Show. Thank you very much for your interest. Thank you for being a part of Patreon. And for those of you that are seeing this on YouTube after Patreon, thank you very much for taking time out to watch this. I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain each of the songs that are on the album and pretty much a little bit of the stories behind them and when I was recording them. So the first song is Welcome to the Show. The song was originally written as a punk song for when I used to go under BuhDihKuh Music. When we finally reached like a full band, we performed the song probably I think like just twice at a few venues around Minneapolis. But other than that, it didn't really get played anymore. But I thought it was too good of kind of like a chord progression. A lot of musicians do tend to recycle a lot of things. So I didn't want to get rid of it, but I didn't want to keep it as a full electric song. So I turned it kind of into a duet for acoustic guitars that I played when I went on tour with Galen quite a bit. It was a fun way for us to start learning how we could harmonize with each other, and it was just a good way to introduce everybody. Even if we were, you know, like not the openers, it was still fun to do it because it kind of gave us like a signature kind of fun quirk that we had. Pretty much, you know, welcome to the show. Some of the lyrics in it make more sense from then than they do kind of now. One of them being, let us take the wagon wheel. And that was because we used to always cover Wagon Wheel whenever we were on tour because we toured around the Midwest, places like Iowa, I don't know, different parts of Wisconsin, a lot of Midwestern places, and country music does kind of bop around a lot in there. So everybody knows the words to Wagon Wheel. You're playing late night at a bar, everybody's going to sing along. Yeah, other than that, this is Welcome to the Show. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, distinguished citizens of Earth, welcome.
My name's BuhDihKuh and this is K-Dog. We swear we saw your girlfriend swallow a hot dog.
She took the whole thing without a bite. That's why she's coming home with us tonight.
We've got another six-pack down. Now we're about to crack the ground.
Too much liquor and we might just drown. With a funky smell coming from the crowd.
Sleeping all day and drinking all night.
That's the only way to make football feel alright.
You might think our brains are moving slow,
but that's just 'cause we're on drugs. Welcome to the show. We live on fast food and cigarettes. We cross the country without regrets.
It's a crazy life we like to live. It's not our fault if you brought your kids.
Just know our hearts are tried and true. We'll sing about the stuff we put inside of you.
These lyrics are meant to make you feel. Sit back and let us take the wagon wheel.
Sleeping all day and drinking all night. That's the only way to make football feel alright.
You might think our brains are moving slow,
but that's just 'cause we're on drugs. Welcome to the show.
vape clouds like everywhere. You can't see them, but I can see them. So the next song that we're doing is Billy Joe Hold Strong, the second track on the album. The reason it is called Billy Joe Hold Strong is because when I try to sing, a lot in the past, really trying to grow as my own musician, I definitely tried to emulate a lot of other musicians, one mainly being Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. So if you'd ever catch me at a bar late night, still to this day doing karaoke, I'm definitely going to be singing a Green Day song. For this song, that wasn't truly the case. I wasn't trying to emulate him, but when I did play it back, it sounds like I desperately am trying to be him. So I thought it'd be funny because the hook of the song is Hold Strong. I thought it'd be funny to just call it Billy Joe Hold Strong because I'm incredibly funny. That's pretty much it for the backstory of this song. It's a fun song. Enjoy it.
Life and in denial. I don't know if I fit in. I wouldn't mind if the world ends. When I look down and see the world I left behind, I will reach up and I will take what is mine. Your way, it's really much to say when you know you have to fight through and hold on. When it all seems tough, but you want it just enough. When it all feels wrong, well, come on, get old strong. Told me settle down and quit. Thought that you grew out of this. How did I even begin? They say get out and just give in. When I look down and see the world I left behind, I will reach up and I will take what is mine. Nothing goes your way, it's really much to say when you know you have to fight through and hold on. When it all seems tough, but you want it just enough. When it all feels wrong, well, come on, get old strong. When I look down and see the world I left behind, I will reach up and I will take what is mine. Nothing goes your way, it's really much to say when you know you have to fight through and hold on. When it all seems tough, but you want it just enough. When it all feels wrong, well, come on, get old strong.
This is actually my favorite song. This isn't even track 3. This is track 4. Fucking A, dog. This is track 4 on the album. My list is out of order. Track 3 is a song that has been totally anticipated for this album. I've been working on this album way longer than I should have, and my life kind of fell to shit. But this song was actually written and recorded around, I want to say 2017, but not like recorded. It was just a phone recording until then, and I think like a year or two later, I even put it up on SoundCloud, which it's probably still there. I was feeling like crap, and I wrote this song, but when I first originally wrote it, I tried to sing, I don't know how to say like bad on purpose, but it was supposed to sound like a cry of desperation. This is weird to say, but it's I never really thought of it as an actual depressing song until people started telling me it is somewhat of a depressing song, but it makes sense, I guess, now to me. The song is supposed to kind of hit home, and it does have a little bit of like a funny lyric in the middle, you know, I guess your man's giving you half decent dick. But I feel like that's still a necessary part of the storytelling aspect of the song. The song has more guitars and things added to it to give it a bigger sound, but I didn't want to take away from the simplicity of the song. So even though I wrote a bunch of different solos and backing guitars that were in the middle of it, I didn't actually put them in until the, you know, you got the intro, and then the bridge has it, and then the outro has a bunch of doubled up guitar sounds. So I think that really adds to, you know, the mode or the scene that the song is trying to set. So, you know, without further ado, here's I Hate Everything and I Wanna Die.
I hate everything, and I wanna die. You say that I should get help, but I just get drunk and high. If I could figure out why I'm just so damn depressed, I'd probably get out of bed and finally get fucking dressed. Instead of lay here drinking those flat beers that I had left from the day before. And all of my clothes and all my half-drank beers are spread across my floor. And if I told you that I'm doing fine, you know it's a goddamn lie. 'Cause I hate everything, and I wanna die. I see you smiling in every pic. I guess that means your new man is giving you half-decent dick. And I guess it's plain for this goddamn world to see. Even your life got better when Sid got rid of me. And so I'll lay here drinking those flat beers that I had left from the day before.
Track 4 is one of my favorite songs on the album. It's called If There's a Gerard, There Is a Way. When I first wrote the song, it was just a freestyle. And all the way up to the end of even mastering it, it pretty much remained the same freestyle that I did. I had an idea for a song, super short song, and I recorded it into my phone. And when I went back to change the lyrics, I didn't really change a lot of the lyrics in it. I essentially changed a few parts to make it actually make sense. But the thing that I did like about it is that it is a pretty nonsensical song. It's only got one spot in the song that has a harmony, and that's the only thing that is different to the song other than just the strumming rhythm and a solo voice that sings on it. For some reason, this is one of my favorite songs on the album, so I hope you do like it. So, you know, when the song was written, I called it If There's a Gerard, There's a Way, because the strumming pattern at first kind of reminded me of The End, the first track on Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. And then when I went back and listened to it again, I realized that there's pretty much no resemblance at all. I think I just wanted it to sound that way. But I do still really respect Gerard Way, and I thought the name would be a fun tribute. So enjoy. If there's a Gerard, there's a way.
3-year-old shoes beaten up apart, the way that the stitching represents my heart, and I can't see much more than you. I won't call or hear at all, my brain is broken into, but why'd I wait? Oh God, it's late again. I'm calling for you. But when I scream out loud, my heart's so proud of when I go and say goodbye to all, I'll never call again.
The next song that is on the album is called Who's Sydney and What's Estrella? And there's a few layers to that. How this song came to be was I had an acoustic idea that I really liked with kind of open strumming and how I played it, but at the time I couldn't really afford to keep my storage unit anymore from when I first moved out of my old apartment in downtown Long Beach, so I had to go get all of my things out of there, and what was in there, a bunch of guitar amplifiers and other musical equipment. So, you know, I hadn't seen my amps in like a year and a half. First thing I do is I pull them all out and I'm going to play on them. And I just started writing this song, so I was like, hey, why not try it with, you know, the electrical guitar? The electrical guitar, not the electric guitar. Am I really a musician? I played the song through my Vox amp, and I liked the way that it sounded. So I sped up the tempo of it a bit and then started writing from there. I didn't even use the amps though. Once I got done deciding to write the songs, I didn't really have a good enough way to record the guitar cabs. Most of this album was done on my MacBook from 2013 with this one $100 microphone and a direct inject from my guitar. So what I did was I used the amplifiers that are built into Logic, which honestly, I think they sound pretty good. There's that, and then I've got David Angel did the bass and the drums for this song purely because he wanted to. Like, I sent him in as an idea, I said, hey, what do you think of this song? I think it's pretty good. And he was like, yeah, I like it. He was like, if you want me to do some drums for it, I can. I was going to get my old drummer to do it from when I was just BDK Music, Justin Fitz, but I don't think his schedule ever really aligned with it. You can hear him playing drums later in the album on Weeble Wobble, though. I'll get into that later. But yeah, he sent that back to me. I got it all set up. The song it had a few different like tentative titles. One being Alkaline Mio. And then I was like, I have enough. I have enough artist pun band names, and plus I'm going to go back and do the actual acoustic version of the song and release it as a single in the near future here, but I felt that it'd be more appropriate to name it something completely unrelated. So at the time, before, for some reason it's India now, Sydney, Australia was my #1 played city in the world for like my Spotify analytics, so I thought it'd be funny to call the song Who's Sydney and What's Australia. So here is the song, and I hope you enjoy it.
Not a sad story, just a happy one that's ending. And did I get boring, or were my messages not sending? And I sit all alone, but the world can see how I've grown. And I want to tell you I'm doing fine on my own. You can tell old friends that I was in the wrong, but I can tie up loose ends and help us all move on. And now I sit right here and endure one long summer year. And I tell you now I've got nothing to fear. Break my heart and break my soul, you will never take control. 'Cause I'm doing fine and I am not a fool. And I come back to what is true, but I did not do it for you. I just wanted you to know. Doing fine on my own. Drowning in these bells I take for dieting. And I finally filled that shell that you once made of me. And now I know that I am a heart that's in high demand. And you watched me fall, but now here I stand. Break my heart and break my soul, you will never take control. 'Cause I'm doing fine and I am not a fool. And I come back tenfold, it's true, but I did not do it for you. I just wanted you to know. Doing fine on my own. Now I lay in my bed, not a single thought going through my head. I am finally free of the physical pain and the mentality.
something more. No more feeling so unsure. You took your exit and then I closed the door. Break my heart and break my soul, but you will never take control, because I'm doing fine and I am not a fool. And I come back tenfold, it's true, but I did not do it for you. I just wanted you to know I'm doing fine on my own.
Woo. So next track on the album is an interlude that I wrote called Terry Mary, pretty much for my mom. When I wrote the song, I had long COVID, so I actually couldn't even talk. I had no voice. I couldn't sing. I was so frustrated that I ended up writing this short instrumental interlude that I really liked a lot. And it sounds to me like it tells a nice, like, peaceful story. So that's why I wanted to give it the honor of being named after my mother. In the beginning of the song, you can hear a few like artifacts in the background, and what that actually is the guitar unsticking from my body because of how hot it was outside. We were definitely in a heat wave. I think this was in August that I recorded this. It was either August or September. I'm not very good at keeping track of time. Anyway, here is the interlude of the album. It's called Terry Mary, and in parentheses for, to be affectionate, for Ma. Enjoy. So the next song on the album is another kind of pun name, but when I originally wrote the song, it was called 2014 Fallout Boy, or I'm sorry, 2004 Fallout Boy Wishes That They Were Us. And I kind of thought that was like a mouthful, but it also made sense it's a mouthful because Fallout Boy title, like track titles that are from the older times, are definitely a mouthful. So I decided to actually change it in accordance to that, so I made it as a parody to their song name, A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me, and now it's called A Little Less Hoppus, A Little More Wentz, and that is my cat yelling in the background. This song was actually recorded in 2019, and it was recorded before I moved to California from Minnesota. We recorded it in Galen's old basement studio before they sold that house and moved out. But I still think it's a pretty good song. When we recorded it, Galen was supposed to play the secondary guitar and do harmonies on it, but for some reason we never got around to doing that, and it ended up just being me doing both the harmonies, the vocals, and both of the guitar parts. So without further ado, here is A Little Less Hoppus, A Little More Wentz.
Remember in high school when a boy told you he loved you and you believed him, you believed him. And he told you time again that he wanted to get it in, but you wouldn't let him, and so he let you. But I've seen this tale a time or two, and I know that it ends up with me and you. And I know you'll just have to take my hand and pray that it works. Remember in college when you'd sit there drinking with your frat boyfriend, wondering why he don't listen. He's always gone on the weekends now because he's with the boys. He said it's all included in your contract now. You signed your life away again. So take me away, take me from here. Tell me that I could be the one who made your year. We could have nothing here at all. And I don't want anyone to know that I got nowhere left to go. I said it all, I'll sing to you. I'll sing to you. Say goodnight. I don't need anything, I'll be alright. Now that I know I can trust you, because you're the one who has always been true. And I don't wanna be that guy now. I see you falling backwards here for me. Take my hand and pray again. Take me away, take me from here. Tell me that I could be the one who made your year. We could have nothing here at all. And I don't want anyone to know that I got nowhere left to go. I said it all, I'll sing to you. I'll sing to you. Take me away, take me from here. Tell me that I could be the one who made your year. We could have nothing here at all. And I don't want anyone to know that I got nowhere left to go. I've said it all, I'll sing to you. I'll sing to you.
The next song on the album is actually the first song that I ever wrote. This was re-recorded in 2016 by, he goes by DJ KMIA, but his real name Mike Allison, or as I always like to call him, my callous son. He's a guy that I used to do the podcast Burn It Down and Leave with. And if you haven't listened to that, I definitely recommend listening to that. I don't know if he's revamped it or brought it back. I know he's definitely had ideas of doing that in the past. Point being is that he recorded this song and also the Ocarina of Rhyme that's on here. I did have them remastered, but other than that, I didn't touch any of his mixing techniques or any of the effects or anything that he used on it. This song was written when I was about 14 or 15, which is funny because some of the lyrics are like, I spent a lot of time sitting in jail, or drugs and alcohol became my curse. Yeah, I was 14. I wasn't doing any of that. So, you know, it's still a good song, and it's made it through a lot. It's on the first album that I have that's no longer released, which somebody just reached out to me recently, and they want me to mail them another copy of it, so I guess I'm doing that. But that album wasn't mixed, and it was never radio ready or streaming friendly, so it never really made it up. Some of the songs did get cherry picked out of it as time went on, but not completely like salvageable in my opinion, even though I did hear a lot of good things about it in the past. So here is The Best I Can. One of the
and all the other kids were playing sports. I was dealing with a parent's divorce. They all had an activity, and someone just to make fun of me. And as I start the bath and I get undressed, and I start to cry cause I was so depressed. Oh, but my mother said, he's just another man, and when you're older you'll understand. Well, I'm older, and my life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. It seems the world's crashing down on me, and I'm sorry that I turned out the way that I am, because I'm doing this the best that I can. The best I can. And when my father left, the money went, and a lot of it was wrongly spent. Well, time went bad and turned to worse, and drugs and alcohol became my curse. I always had the law on my tail. I spent a lot of time sitting in jail. Well, the winters got so much colder. They said I'd straighten out once I'm older. Well, I'm older, and my life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. It seems the world's crashing down on me, and I'm sorry that I turned out the way that I am, because I'm doing this the best that I can. The best I can. Well, I'm older, and my life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. It seems the world's crashing down on me, and I'm sorry that I turned out the way that I am, because I'm doing this the best that I can. The best I can. The best I can. The best I can.
The next song that I wrote started with me creating the beat using just my laptop keyboard and Massive. Massive being a super fun synthesizer to use from Native Instruments. I kind of put it together using a lot of stock sounds. I didn't really change much of it because it sounded good to me. I did add some reverbs and kind of bass up a little bit more of the aspects of different instruments that I used in the song, but the majority of it came from the standard sounds built into Massive. But I had this song for almost like 2 years, and I just couldn't think of anything to write the lyrics about. And then, you know, life has its own experiences, and I decided that I would make it a fun, as the kids would call it, a simp song. So I definitely added that aspect to it to tell a fun story about a girl going from Los Angeles to Denver, Colorado. because it has to do with leaving LA and going to Colorado, and somebody telling me that the beat originally made them think of something that an artist named Lights would write, which I had to look up Lights, so I'd never heard that before. But I thought it would be very appropriate to name the song Lights, Camera, Colorado. So here is that song. It's definitely not what I normally write, so I hope you like it.
You said you quit, you packed your shit, and now you're over it. But I guess that I'm thankful for your time. If you get lonely out there, know I care and you can call. We'll talk about state champs in Anaheim. You'd watch me play my guitar, stomp on peg brakes in my car, and I'm still thankful for all this. And I guess you're heading out, but I just don't want you to doubt when we were young in Las Vegas. You said you've gotta move, and then you packed your boots. I guess no more nights on the couch watching Sailor Moon. You said you gotta go, the Rockies, yeah, they're calling your name. But when you go, you know Los Angeles just won't be the same. And when you're gone, you know you can't just stop and remember me, even for one memory. Maybe you'll be happy, and I can take one chance and say goodnight in hell. But I know that you're gone and probably doing well. Say hi to Denver for me. And I know with my expressions I could leave a bad impression. I'm sure all your friends think I'm a fool, but I liked it when I'd tell you bad jokes and I'd make you laugh, or sing your neighbor's ABBA by the pool. And I know that it was crazy that first time that you met me, and I told you I left my card. So you hopped in with me and blind bait this. We went to a dicey neighborhood and to my favorite bar. You said you've gotta move, and then you packed your boots. I guess no more nights on the couch watching Sailor Moon. You said you gotta go, the Rockies, yeah, they're calling your name. But when you go, you know Los Angeles just won't be the same. And when you're gone, you know you can't just stop and remember me, even for one memory. Maybe you'll be happy, and I can take one chance and say goodnight in hell. But I know that you're gone and probably doing well. Say hi to Denver for me. You took more care of me than I could ever see, so I still mean it deep and honestly. Who the fuck's gonna watch Sailor Moon with me? God damn it. You said you gotta go, the Rockies, yeah, they're calling your name. But when you go, you know Los Angeles just won't be the same. And when you're gone, you know you can't just stop and remember me, even for one memory. Maybe you'll be happy, and I can take one chance and say goodnight in hell. But I know that you're gone and probably doing well. Say hi to Denver for me.
You okay? In the gent? All right. Crack my back. The next song that's on here is a song that I wrote even before I went away to... Actually, I think I was back on my first break from my first semester of music college. And it was always more like a joke to me, but then I started to play it more, and it started to get more of a cult following to it. People did like it. But then again, a lot of people like the Ocarina of Time. Arguably one of the best Legend of Zeldas ever made. I like Twilight Princess the best, but this one was the first Legend of Zelda I ever played through, so it does still mean a lot to me. Basically, the goal was to make a super short song where I sing super fast and keep it light-spirited and kind of goofy, and I tell you the entire story of the Ocarina of Time in the song. So here it is, the Ocarina of Rhyme.
People don't don't see that through these trees in the land of Kokiri, there's a boy in a bright green miniskirt who ain't got no fairy. He was called upon by dumbass tree to go fulfill some destiny, so maybe he can make Surya believe he's not as sorry as he seems. But you better start running and you better start rolling to the fields of Hyrule. Me and Epona gonna keep it cool. I'm just sitting here trying to tell you all the bitches that I fucked in Gerudo Valley. I'm the hero of time out of control. So just give me a mask and a song to the past, and I'll shove the sword straight up your ass. And 7 years has gone by too fast for me to even know. Maybe if I killed the Gerudo King, then Princess Zelda would love me. So grab your bombs and arrows, it's time to lock and load. But me and Princess Gerudo gonna make a set it. Probably gonna have some fucked up kids. You know that you would get off to that shit. No Navi, I'm not savvy in the way you are, so goddamn naggy. I just wish that you could be Midna. Hook shot to the bridge. I conquered them all, had some rises and falls just for you. Went through fire and sand, water and land just for you. But you don't seem to care at all. Maybe I'll head back to the place I really love the most. Hang out in the Lost Woods and become a stealth post. You can see it's my destiny, and maybe one day you'll look back and remember me.
I think I swallowed a booger. The next song, the next song on the album is called Weeble Wobble. This was track 2, I believe, on my second album, or as some would call it, my sophomoric effort, which was called MDMN, an album that was the first one ever released to all streaming platforms right after I graduated college. But I played the song a lot when I did Reddit streams, when I'd go live anywhere else, and it was heavily requested to bring it back. So I didn't change the mixing, and I actually kept the mastering the same. This song is as true as it was when it was on MDMN. So a lot of you have probably already heard it before, but that doesn't make it any less good of a song, I believe. But it's also good to have it on different streaming platforms so different people can have kind of like their own way of accessing it, because before there wasn't really any other way to access it other than going to my music YouTube, which not too many people really know about as is. So here is Weeble Wobble.
And it goes weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, So here we are, a lonely night where you are very bored, trying to find a new escape from work and being ignored. You dress up nice and take a cab down to a local bar, ingesting shots and drinking beers, forgetting who you are. You call a friend and they agree to join in on the fun. You don't care who they are because you'll drink with anyone. You've been so hammered, vision blurred, you cannot see your phone. You try to dial but you give up, and now you're walking home. And now you have to weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, Another wedding, another show where you are all alone. You hear the bar calling to you in an alluring tone. You say one drink and that is all, there's no way it could hurt. But now you're standing on a table, swinging round your shirt. You see a friend full of concern, screaming slow it down. But you have had 8 shots of JMO and a 5th of Crown. You're running home to who knows where, it's none of your concern. But 4 a.m. you have to walk because you never learned. And now you have to weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, ba-da-da, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, You get a call, it's such a shock from a forgotten friend. You hesitate to pick it up, you said never again. They beg and plead and pour on guilt as you begin to shout, but they convince in one cheap line for you to journey out. Walking down, you hear a voice in that familiar tone. A couple drinks, you're leaving now and wind up at their home. After a night, a strong headache, and feelings of regret, you begin your wander back home because you've learned nothing yet. And now you have to weeble-wobble, 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 ba-da-da, weeble-wobble, 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 ba-da-da, weeble-wobble, 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 ba-da-da, weeble-wobble, 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 ba-da-da, weeble-wobble, 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 ba-da-da, weeble-wobble, 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 ba-da-da, weeble-wobble, weeble-wobble,
Well, you've done it. You've made it to the final part of the album, which it wouldn't be an album by me if it didn't have some kind of strange and fucked up funny song on it. So this song is called Don't Put That on the Album. This song I wrote really, really late one night when I was sitting on my couch, and it had me laughing to myself really hard. And I decided to send it over to Galen, and he immediately messaged me back, there's no way in hell that we're playing that song. So obviously it became a big staple in me just playing around at houses and lounging and whatever. And we were definitely on a show towards the end of one of our tours, and Galen had gotten so much more comfortable than I had with these things and shows that he got to the point where he was like, let's play that one new song you have. And at the time, it was just called a gay song. I was like, there's no way I'm not playing that. And I was like, we're in Iowa. And he was like, oh, so you're a bitch now. And I was like, I'm not a bitch. No. So we played the song. Everybody super laughed at it. There's no ill intention in this song. It's not supposed to be super offensive in any other way other than I use gross words in it. I think it's funny. But either way, if you don't want to hear a super fucked up gross thing, you already made it through the rest of the album. But here is the song, Don't Put That on the Album.
Swipe left or swipe right. Maybe we could suck each other's dicks tonight. Oops, did I open that one app again? I swear I only downloaded it to help my friend. When gay men cuddle, do they fart on each other's wieners and just laugh cause they're dudes? Does a gay man take a picture of his own dick so he can fake receiving nudes? Because he's gotta get his man jealous to get him back in the sack. And I don't mean that when he's flicking his beef, when he's licking him from the back. And I said, hey, you suck dick pretty well for a straight guy. Maybe you could just come my way full time. Stupid fucking song.
So that's it. You've made it through the entirety of the album. I hope that you liked it. And if you didn't like it, thanks for making it all the way to the end. If you did like it, don't forget to save it on Spotify, share it with your friends, use the music in Instagram, TikTok, whichever one you want to do. Other than that, I hope to be getting back to the stage soon. If you are still with me on Patreon, or if you're going to join the Patreon, there will be a lot more videos coming out, a lot more documentaries keeping you up with my life. I guess it's not called a documentary, but a vlog, I guess. So I'll vlog it up. I'll film some stuff. I'll write you guys some exclusive music. But other than that, once again, I'm Kyle, BuhDihKuh Arneson. Thank you for listening to the album, and, bye.